5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Showtime. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the very first edition of Rich's Realm. Okay, this show is dedicated to professional wrestling, whether it be WWE or TNA. Maybe some indie things along the way. I kind of rhymed. So yeah, let's get right into the show and talk about what's been going on this past week. So, we've had a lot of things happen here in professional wrestling, and some sad and some very newsworthy things. So let's get right into it here. The first thing I'd like to talk about would be TNA letting go of superstar Apollo. He came in from Mexico and really didn't do much ever since he's been in TNA. Maybe teamed up with Siaki along the way, and that's about it. He was the LAX for a short period of time. I really do mean short. And they just couldn't work out things. So Apollo was pretty much a pain in the... So thus is released, and thus bringing in the new guy you see on TNA Impact, Machete. I think I butchered his name, but it's okay, it happens. So Machete comes in. He's teaming up with Homicide and Conan in the Latin American Exchange, LAX, and it looks pretty good. The guy has some good in-ring work, and looks like it could turn into something special. Okay, next thing I'd like to talk about is this new gimmick that Paul Burchill of SmackDown that he's gonna bring in. I believe it's a pirate gimmick from his ancestry, if you will. I don't even want to touch too much on that. That's just really stupid. But just thought I'd let you know how I felt on that. The next thing I'd like to bring up would be this happened on Monday Night Raw last night. Ashley Mazzaro, who won the Diva Search this year, should I say 2005, but she suffered a spiral fracture of the left fibula, and she'll have to be having a cast on it for 4 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. That sounds about right, yes. So I don't expect to see her in too much action, if any at all, in these next few weeks. It's a shame, but it happens. It comes along with the territory. WrestleMania 22. Only, let me see my countdown here, only 40 days away. I think that's right. 40 days away. WrestleMania 22 live on pay-per-view. It's looking up to be a pretty good card. It's the biggest event of the year, so they say. It's the Super Bowl of wrestling, the World Series of wrestling, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The matches right now that are rumored include. See, they're from watching No Way Out. Orton beat Mysterio, which I hate to admit, but it happened. So Orton will take on Kurt Angle for the WWE World Heavyweight title, and that will take place at WrestleMania. But there's a third little spin to this, if you will. They're saying that Rey Mysterio Jr. It's a rumor right now, so just take that for what it's worth. Rey Mysterio Jr. will be added to that match, so I take that for what it's worth. Should be interesting. What's signed as of this Monday night? Triple H won the tournament, the Road to WrestleMania tournament, to get the number 1 contendership at WrestleMania, which means he'll go up against the current champion, as things stand right now, John Cena. Unless something happens, any changes on Raw, I don't think that's going to happen, because this is what they're going for. Unless somehow one of them gets an injury, then that's pretty much what's going to happen. I'm not going to get into my WrestleMania predictions right now because it's a little too early. Wait a few weeks and we'll get into that. But anyways, another match rumored for WrestleMania will be Undertaker putting on his undefeated streak at WrestleManias against the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. I think that one's going to go down too. It's pretty heavily rumored all over the internet from what I've seen, and I I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but whatever. I really don't care. Mark Henry just doesn't seem to impress me. Nah. And then you have the Hall of Fame inductions that have already been announced on Raw. For those of you that have watched it, you know. Bret the Hitman Hart. Wow. Who would ever thunk it? Bret the Hitman Hart will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Amazing. It's amazing. After all the hell that Bret's gone through with Vince and the WWE, for the sad and tragic death of Owen, you never would have thought that Bret would, take Vince up on this offer, but he has, and he will. So I'm very interested in seeing the Hall of Fame ceremony, if it airs on TV like it did last year. So, it's something interesting I thought I'd throw out there. And then, of course, it really touched me last night on Monday Night Raw. For those of you who saw it, you know what I'm talking about. When they announced the induction of WWE great, the guy who is no longer with us, sadly, Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero. He passed away, like we've all heard about, and he's no longer with us. But they announced it last night. They played a nice video for Eddie. I liked it, and Eddie will be inducted into the 2006 Hall of Fame, and it's gonna be something special. I can assure you that much. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero's in. So's Bret. So should be a good 2006 Hall of Fame ceremony they got coming up. I don't know who the rest of the guys are, and if I find out, I'll get back to you on that. But for now, Austin Aries and Roderick Strong of TNA. They are in the proverbial doghouse. I don't want to get too much in detail on this because it's really not that big of a story, but expect them in the next few weeks to start missing tapings and maybe even some pay-per-views to come. There was a big snowstorm up in I don't remember the location, but up north, where the Ring of Honor show was at, and so Aries and Strong, being the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, they decided to stay up there, knowing about snowstorm coming that way and everything, and them having to be in Orlando the very next night, Sunday, for the TNA pay-per-view, which was against all odds. That was February 12th. And so TNA ordered all the superstars that were theirs to leave and not do the show because, they didn't want their stars to miss out on the event, which Aries and Strong did not do. They didn't take TNA up on the offer. They decided to stay and do the event. So now they're in the doghouse because they didn't miss a show. No, they made it on time, plenty of time. But the fact that they stayed and went against TNA's orders is just enough, I guess. So that's why they're in the doghouse as of right now. And on a sad note, folks, for those of you that are familiar with the Public Enemy, you know that Rocco Rock, one half of the tag team, passed away in 2002. And just a few days ago, sources have told me that the other half of Public Enemy, Johnny Grunge, passed away in a hospital in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's right. So he's no longer with us either. But they said he had never been the same ever since his good time friend and tag team partner Rocco Rock passed away. So the big guy is no longer with us, and both the Public Enemy is no longer with us. So I'd like to send my condolences out to the Grunge family. Through these hard times, I wish them the best. And I'm sure old Public Enemy, Rocco and Johnny, man, probably up in heaven having a good time. Maybe putting someone through a table, you know? Yeah. But if you would please take this moment of silence, just a moment, to remember Johnny Grimes. Okay. And a few more little interesting notes. Tatanka has returned on the SmackDown brand. So it looks like he'll be teaming up with Matt Hardy, because Matt Hardy doesn't really have anything going for him right now, you know. So this should be a very interesting tag team combo, to say the least. And you have two new champions. Benoit, who won the U.S. Championship by beating Booker T this past Sunday, No Way Out. He's the new U.S. champ. Congratulations to Benoit. And on that note, there's another champion. As of this past Monday night, last night on Raw, the guy who is not a mama's boy, Shelton Benjamin, he won it. Thank you. He's the new Intercontinental Champion for the second time in his illustrious career. The kid's off to a great start. And although he cheated to beat Ric Flair, but it's besides the point. He is still the Intercontinental Champion. Voila. Also a shocker this past Monday night on Raw. Marty Jannetty, yes, I said it, Marty Jannetty is back with the company. Well, at least if he does one little thing, which we'll have to see this next Monday night on Raw, which will be if he joins the Vince McMahon Kiss My Beep Club. So if he literally gets down on his knees and kisses Vince's rear on public TV in front of the whole world, then he gets a full-time contract. So we'll see how that turns out. Also, it's Monday night on Raw. Keep it updated. Ashley will not be there, but Trish will defend the Women's Championship against, yes, you guessed it. I said it. You guessed it. Yep. Trish versus, ready for this one? Candice Michelle, the Playboy cover girl, for the women's title. And on more important news, Bill Goldberg has got a shot at coming into TNA when they go primetime Thursday nights in April. Folks, this is big. Both sides are hopeful on reaching a deal. So will this happen? I don't know. But till next time, this is Rich, and I'm signing off. See you next Tuesday.